We in the stew, baby. We are in the studio. So, first of all, I'm just going to congratulate myself on figuring out some technical things. I'm not very good at this, and I did a lot of research on YouTube to figure this out. I want to give you guys a perspective. Now, I know on the podcast, first of all, let me start with this. Thank you guys so much for the love, the genuine love on the podcast, and just in general. Honestly, you guys do not understand what that means to me. It just propelled me. I really want to let you know that I really, really love you guys. I love you guys and appreciate you. I know you're all real people. And I say that because there's obviously bots and things of that nature, but I really just want you to know I see the love and it means a lot to me. So thank you for that love. Now, this is something that I thought was really important to talk about. You know, as years have gone by, again, my perspective has changed on a lot of these things. This phone call is very interesting because you have to understand when I made this phone call, this wasn't public. This wasn't for anybody else. This is me talking to my mom. I saw comments, obviously. And I really don't read a lot of comments when it comes to other things because you just never know if people are going to pop off. But the comments were, this sounds scripted. Yeah, you're right. This is all paid acting. Come on, bro. Seriously? Like that's crazy. That's crazy. This phone call means something to me because this happened in 2020. I think this was a few weeks or maybe months after the fact that they found my siblings. And obviously that was very earth-shattering. I think another thing I wanted to share is in this time, I really tried to be reserved as possible. And it's really hard to do something like that in this situation. But I think that it is really important to remember that our emotions should not run us. And you don't want to say something you will regret later on. And that's something that I can somewhat applaud myself for in this conversation, is that I didn't just go off. I really tried to get through. So we're going to listen to this together. We're going to react to it and we'll talk about it throughout. So let's get started.
Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You really want to talk to me?
You think you can hide from me?
Yeah, so obviously when I called her, I'm really confrontational. Obviously, I mean way more confrontational. I'm a very non-confrontational person, or I guess I used to be way more non-confrontational. Now I just am more. I guess I'm about that life. Stupid. I'm sorry. I'm just being stupid. I think a part of me is trying to cover, all the feelings with some comedy, and that's just how life is, right? What I mean though is I've always been someone who's been very easy to run over. And I was so mad I didn't care when I said this. I'm not really sure, she wasn't hiding, but I was confronting her. That was where I was at. It was completely a confrontational call. That was the reason I called her.
I'm hiding. You just quit talking to me?
Probably because you murdered my siblings.
Okay, let me say this also. I'm not going to pause it every 10 seconds, but I stopped talking to her before they found the kids. And reason why is because she said something very disturbing to me. And she mentioned, and I'm not exactly sure what happened, but she mentioned Abraham and Isaac. And if you know that story biblically, that's not something you say, especially in a situation like this. So we actually stopped talking. Then I found out, and then I'm not exactly sure when I called her back, but I just wanted to put that out there.
Probably why it's hugging you.
Better, faster, cheaper.
All three. Deal with a freaking
AI first customer service.
Maybe you should understand.
I didn't. I'm sorry that you feel that way.
You didn't do anything, right? Mom, I've prayed for you in my worst moments. I prayed for my siblings who swore to me were okay. I thought I could trust you. I thought that you were a completely different person. I don't know a murderous mother.
To make judgments when you weren't there and you don't know what happened.
Here's what's so frustrating. I didn't even judge you. I haven't said anything judgmental. I'm just telling you what happened. Obviously, yes, I'm being confrontational. I'm coming at you because I'm upset, but I haven't judged you. And to group me in with everybody else is really frustrating because I'm not the media. I'm not all these other people. I'm calling you, and I guess a part of me is I'm already hearing, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think, why did I call her? Why did I call her? Like, what was the purpose of calling her? And I think a part of me just wanted her to just like show some life, show anything that resembled life after learning all of this stuff. That you're still my mom, that you're even still, I don't know, maybe I guess I was just holding on.
What happened?
Everyone's making their own judgments.
Mom, you've been shoving BS on my throat for a very long time. I'm going to talk to you.
It could be bad.
Sweet. Hey, listen to me. I'm not mad. Listen to me.
No, I'm freaking mad.
Fine, listen to me. I've sat there and prayed. I can't tell you the amount of pain that I felt from your decisions in Jesus Christ's name. It kills me to watch you sit here and tell me this is a trial.
So the hardest part this is very complex. Man, this is heavy stuff. So let me just say it like this. It's so complex because someone that you love took the lives of other people that you love. So it's not just like I can write her off. She is still my mom. I still love her. And here I am trying to reach out to her. And it's just such a complex thing. Like I can hear myself I'm reaching out. I'm really realizing that now.
It kills me to watch you take the victim's route and say that this shouldn't have happened to you. When you are telling me that Chad Daybell came into your life and all of a sudden everything changes. And I'm talking about my spirit feels this. I prayed. I trusted you. I gave you every chance I could past my own limitations as a human being. I pushed past all of everything to try to get to you, to help my own mother.
So one of the things that no one obviously understands is the time that I was trying to take before everything came out about what happened while she was there, talking to her. And it wasn't every single day, but it was definitely conversational. And we were talking because I was like trying to believe that this person is still my mother. Like, you guys don't understand this. She would do anything to protect the kids and me. So in my mind, there was no way, that anything could have happened. That's how I felt.
You lied to me, specifically to me, more times than I can count about this. To know that they're gone and you knew, and my phone's being texted by my little sister who's not even alive, my little brother who's the sweetest little kid ever. For what purpose? Can you tell me if this is God's will for my whole family, including my stepfather, to be dead? After everything that you try to tell me, you can tell me right now that Jesus Christ, the Savior of the world, is on your side. You tell me that with all the conviction in your heart that Jesus Christ is on your side.
So you guys need to understand, like, I was heavy reading my scriptures, especially the New Testament. And a part of me just wanted to, I was spiritually confronting her because I knew everything she did was wrong. And a part of me was just like, I don't know. I guess a part of me wanted to get her to like show me that somehow she was convicted, maybe somehow, some way that would, I don't know, mean something. I don't know. I guess I continue to tell you, I'm reaching out and don't know how else to say it. It's just in this way, spiritually, I couldn't stand the fact that you could sit there and say that this was because Jesus had told you or had even been on your side while you did all of these things.
I can tell you that.
Say it. Say his name. Say that he told you. And you followed him on exactness. Because I have prayed for you. I sat there and tried my best to forgive you and Chad and Alex. And I was deceived. And I was broken by my own mother. What are you doing? What are you doing? I prayed to Heavenly Father, and I said, "You tell me, Father."
All right. I have all made instructions. They think they know
I
what
was
happened. They think
I don't care about
they
other
know
people.
what happened.
I was so mad because this is the stuff I'm talking about. This I didn't even talk about anybody else. I didn't even say anything about anybody else. What as rude as this is gonna sound, I didn't care and give two craps about anybody else. I never mentioned anybody else judging you. I'm the only one talking to you. I'm speaking to you about me. I didn't mention anybody else yet. I think I mentioned everybody in my family at one point that's upset about what happened. What does everybody else have to do with it? What are you talking about?
They think they know what's responsible.
Do you know that you told me? Do you know that you told me?
Because you weren't there. So
You're right. I wasn't there. I was kept in
That's
the
right.
lap.
And one day
Two kids
you will know.
murder.
One day
Murder.
you will know what actually happened.
You're right. Because you know what, Mom?
And we all will stand there with
everything
We-
into the light. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. He will convict the people who act in his name with pure blasphemy. Is this funny?
Yeah. This might have been the moment where I think I realized after the phone call, maybe even during, that this isn't the same person. This is not my mom. And I truly believe that this was demonic. And the way she laughs is she's laughing at the fact that I'm calling what she's done blasphemy. What blasphemy is the simplicity of saying that you're doing evil doings in Jesus's name, right? You're taking the name of the Lord and you're doing evil things by saying that I serve him still, right? And I mean, one of the simple things that Christ says is a house split against itself cannot stand. So she was a house split herself against herself because you can't do evil in Jesus' name. It just doesn't work. So, but I remember that laugh has haunted me personally for a very, very long time. And still, even hearing it, it's so tough because how could you, how could you laugh? What's funny? There's nothing funny. There's not a single thing funny. I'm getting all pissed. I'm getting all mad all over again.
This is funny. This is funny. You're laughing. like this is funny. How come your camera's on, Mom? You don't want to look at me in the eye?
So you have to understand, this is on the phone call with the tablets. So she used to like talk to me. She specifically answered this call with her camera off.
Why can't you look at me? It's
nice
just
to
you
talk
and me.
to
I'm in
you,
my house
Holmes.
alone.
I love you. I always will. One day you will see, and one day you will understand.
Go ahead and
I
hang
do
up.
love
See
you.
how that works for you. You gonna hang up?
I don't have anything else to say. You obviously don't know.
Let me tell you
You
something,
weren't
Mom.
there. You weren't there. Summer wasn't there. My mom wasn't there. The police weren't there. The FBI weren't there.
You're right.
Nobody
Mom
was there.
Kylie and JJ, Mom.
Yeah, and guess what? They know. They know exactly what happened.
Backyard.
And they love me. And we are still together forever. They love me, and they are fine, and they do know the truth, and I know the truth. And we're the only people that do. So you can judge me, Colby, all day long. Go ahead and judge me the whole.
I didn't even judge you. Like, it's so stupid. I haven't judged you. What are you talking? I'm getting real heated here. Slow your roll, young fella. Listen, I haven't judged you. I'm just telling you facts. I'm just telling you straight facts. I haven't said critical things about you. I'm telling you what you told me is all lies, and what you've done is all lies. And I spent months talking to you prior to finding this all out, trusting you because I'd ask you all the time if my family was okay. And I even said, oh, is my family alive on this earth walking around? And I was told yes. So I just, it's crazy. Like, I'm not judging you. I haven't criticized you. I've not said nothing but what has happened. And then I'm telling you that I know you murdered them. And then I kept saying, tell me you did this all because Jesus told you to. And I knew she couldn't, but I kept confronting that because I knew the truth. I knew she couldn't say it. So that's what I'm talking about. Frick this.
The world has. The whole world has judged me.
Listen to me.
They don't know, and you
stop.
don't know. You don't know what I've been through, and you didn't even give a crap what they've been through.
Bro, that's fighting words instantly. To sit there and have the audacity to tell me that I don't care is beyond wild. And of course, I have enough sense to even say in my emotion in this moment to say, this woman is not all there. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that to tell me that I don't give a crap when I used to take care of the kids a lot by myself, especially when I was older, and be with them and love them, to sit there and tell me I don't care and it's just you, right? You're the only one. That's beyond crazy. Beyond crazy. I mean, of course it is, but
nobody does. Except for me.
Just you.
I'm the one that knows. I'm the one that was in the hospital with Kylie for hundreds of days watching her suffer.
You're her mom. Who else would go? You're her mom. Yeah, you're supposed to be there. I don't know. Listening back to it, obviously, this is just thoughts that are coming to me. And for her to try to still seem like you're such a saint makes me want to throw up.
I'm the one that was there doing everything with JJ every day. I was the one who did it all these years.
You did it all to throw it in the garbage. They're not.
You don't know what happened. You don't know what happened.
Freaking matter what happened if they're buried in your new husband's backyard.
So here's what I mean by that. And when I heard that, I realized what I was saying is it doesn't really matter the exact details in this context. It doesn't really matter the exact details or exactly how you took their life. It matters that they're gone. So you think it really matters of what you say about this happened or this happened? No, they're gone. You lied, you covered it up, you ran away, and now you're telling me that I don't know anything and that I'm just judging you and all this other stuff. So that's where we're at.
Tell me that matters what happened. You tell me that you did this in Jesus' name, Mom. I have to hear that out of your mouth. You believe it, that you are not afraid. Every witness of Christ will scream his name when he comes back. So you are that person.
I am that person. I am that.
You're not that guy. You are not that guy. Listen to me. This is what I was getting at. So I was reading in the New Testament, and Paul was saying, and things of this nature, all the apostles who witnessed what Jesus did were willing to die. They're so convicted, so understanding of the reality of what they'd seen that they were willing to die for it. And Jesus said, you will suffer many things because of this. So in my logic, obviously in this moment too, is if this is true, if you're this convicted, if it's this real to you, and you're truly serving Christ, you've seen him in person somehow, whatever the case is, you would not shy away. You wouldn't shy away. So I was confronting that. And that's really all I could try to think is like this. Hey, go ahead, then be about it. If you really believe that, then be about it.
Right.
And he will come to you. Oh, yeah, because that's what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
You don't even know. You weren't even
When I asked you about Friday in October, what did you tell me? What did you tell me? What lies did you feed me? Why would you lie to me if you're with the Lord and you've seen him, and I'm just talking purely to you, and you've seen Jesus Christ, where's the fear? Why wouldn't you tell me something? Why were you afraid? Why is everyone against you? Why is everything against my mom?
You can be against me all you
See, I'm gonna need a second to process this. Okay, so here's where we're at. Here's what I'm trying to tell her. And the reality is that all you've told me this whole time is every situation's against you. You are being wrongfully this and all this stuff. And it's like, it's not all about you. I didn't really call just for you. I was calling in the heat of the moment. I'm surprised she answered, but I think a part of her wanted to, just like a part of me wanted to talk to her. The reality is like, this whole thing is just complete deflection. And, I didn't want to try to force her to, I guess I was trying to force her to say that if you're really serving God, then you're not afraid. So it was really tough because I knew she couldn't say it.
One day, we will all stand there with Jesus. We will all stand there with Jesus, and you will know the truth of everything. Not for me.
You're telling me that this was all done in light. Say it. Tell me that this was done in Jesus' name.
This isn't funny. I'm pissed. So I'm just listening to myself in this type of exchange. You have to realize, again, I said this earlier, this wasn't meant to be heard. I never did this thinking anybody else would hear this. So this was just a conversation between me and my mom.
You don't know what happened.
Why? Why don't I know, Mom? Oh, because I was kept in the dark to protect me? You know who needed protecting? My little dead siblings. That's who needed protecting, Mom. This is not
Is that what you think you did?
You ran.
I haven't been
Still, a month.
For you to say, where were you, is beyond crazy. Beyond crazy. And one of the most heart-ripping moments of my life. Like to somehow find a way to blame me for what you did. A part of me, and the worst part is, and I'm just being really honest with you, the worst part is that I'm someone who will take a lot of the responsibility to try to, I really want to say I'm sorry if I'm wrong, something of that nature. So a part of me was like, I wasn't there. I would have protected them. So this is mind games. It's mind games. And this is the stuff I've learned now. To be able to sit here and even talk to you about this topic shows from me, shows myself the growth, because this matters, because you shouldn't have to think this way and feel this way. And for someone to just sit there and tell you somehow it's your fault. No.
Later, you ran away. I never wanted you guys to leave. I I would have taken those kids in 1 second. I would bring them into my home and I would have taken care of them. That's not even a question to me.
Yeah, everybody.
You can't say that you know.
You see that? Everybody. That's the truth. I was 22, 23 years old. I think I just turned 23. And I still would have done it. We would have figured it out. Everybody says that. Okay, well, you're. I should keep my mouth shut.
Says it now. Where was my offer?
I
Oh, I was. By the way, just again, I know I just paused it. This was quick wit. This was just instantly. Like I was actually surprised with how fast I responded to her.
Well, you
did everything for them.
Well, me and Peter Griffin run away together to Hawaii. How about that? If you would have offered me, you would have known.
That was funnier this time for some reason. You have to understand. Okay, give me a second. Hold on. Let me slow my roll here. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I didn't. This is just between me and her, right? So for me to say that to her. For me to tell her that her husband's Peter Griffin, that's just funny to me because I just said it. It was heat of the moment. I don't know why that's not funny. It wasn't that funny until this moment. Just the context of this conversation for to throw that in there. I was so mad. So I don't know what the presence of mind was to throw that in there. That was good. Okay, give me a second. Oh, okay. Whew.
You cannot sit here and lie.
What is everybody? I'm getting really mad here. What is everybody? I haven't mentioned anybody else. I haven't said anything else about anybody else.
Not the truth. Okay? That's what people are
They
thinking.
were murdered,
They're
put in
assuming.
and then you walk away. So
You don't know. No, you don't know that. No, that is not what happened. That is not what happened.
You tell me what happened. If you can tell me what happened, then I don't care. If you can.
That's totally BS. What I'm saying in that moment, and I remember when I first heard that, I was like, what are you talking about? What I'm saying is if you can actually explain this, if there's actually somehow, some way, and whatever you're saying you believe, if there's something real about this, and it's all because you're actually who you say you are, then that would possibly change something. That was really my mentality. Obviously, that's not true at all. Of course I care. And I'm even mad that I even said that because of course I freaking care. And it just, I'm just reaching so deep in the bag to see if she'll say something human, if she will say something as my mom, if she'll say anything that somehow explains this. And it's obviously not there.
Actually explain it, then it's different.
I would love
but you can't
talk to you about it.
Mom, you've been saying that you've been wanting to tell me for a very long time, and you never say it. You have no idea how much pain I have felt in my body. I feel like I could die. My own mom, my siblings, and my whole family, my dad, everyone is gone except for you, and you're in jail because of it. I have prayed to Heavenly Father himself and asked him to help me survive this. Do you understand the freaking earthquake that has been caused? Do you know how many people are hurt and broken now? And you're telling me that there's a reason? Why are you following Chad down the rabbit hole, Mom? Why would you follow anybody that is not good? How can you follow someone that cannot lead you to salvation in Jesus, Mom? You can't lie to me anymore. You can't pretend anymore. You can't hide anymore. If you want to tell me what happened, I called you for that very reason. You had enough condemnation for the whole entire eternity, but you're telling me that you're going to stand in front of Jesus Christ and you're going to be fine, then I'm still praying for you. I am still praying for you.
Man, that was tough. That was tough. Obviously, give me a second. Obviously, I don't want anything bad to happen to my mom. I've been angry, as anybody probably would be. But it's not like I have bad intent for her or anybody in my family. So obviously that's very serious saying this is not just an issue of the earth. This is an eternal issue. You're blaspheming God. You've read your Bible. I think that's the approach, and that's the difference now, is these conversations that we're having about this is stuff just like, it's just really heavy. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. I listening to her speak to me that way is even crazier. But I stood up. Hey, good job, buddy.
I don't know where the lies and all these things are written. I don't see it. I never have. The light of Jesus Christ is the most powerful thing that's ever lived. It's the most loving, embracive thing that has ever happened to this world. And I pray that you see him and fall into his grace. I pray every day. I pray, no matter how mad I am at you, no matter how bad I want to hit your husband in the face with a shovel, I pray for you. I pray for him.
That's messed up. That's messed up to say that.
You ripped my heart out, and you ripped out everyone in this family's heart out. I'm going to be in Idaho this week. You need to look me in my eye, Mom. Look me in my eye.
All right. Cancel that. Stop this. All right. So, I don't know. What do you want me to say here? Here's what I'll say. Okay. At the end of the day, it's definitely tough to listen to this. I've learned so much in the last 5 years. It's almost been 5 years. Oh, look at my watch. It's almost been 5 years, and I have learned a tremendous amount. What has egged this on for me to even want to listen to this stuff is because this whole thing has been in everybody else's hands for years. And everybody's talked about my private conversation. Again, I know when I called her, it wasn't private. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to understand, like, I wasn't doing this publicly, but now it's public. And this is something that people have listened to. I'm telling you this because I feel that it's important for you to understand. What I really hope is that two things, okay? Well, more than two, but the two main points. Number one, stand on your ground when you know you're right. Okay? Secondly, do not cast your pearls to the swine. And as tough as that is to say, do not cast your pearls to the swine. And what I mean is, don't let someone, see if I can fix this right now. Don't let someone, okay, let me pause real quick. There's a very specific time that Jesus addresses throwing pearls to the swine. And it's talking about how if you do that, the pigs will trample on the pearls and ruin them, correct? Like, why are you giving a pig that? It's kind of the same thing. I was really casting a net out there. I'm really trying to have this conversation with her. I'm trying so hard to reach her, and it's not working. So a part of me wishes that I would have said more. A part of me wishes that I never said anything. And then the last part of me feels like I did everything I could. And that's what I've hung my hat on for a long time is I really tried. I feel like I can honestly say that I gave everything I had. I tried so hard. And I guess I wanted or felt a burden to try to say whatever was left. Like I was like on the boat trying to save the family, even though they're all gone, and just trying to patch it up. And I don't know. I took an unrealistic responsibility. And I think that's one big thing I've learned for people that I'd love to share is like really understanding that everything is on you. It's not always your responsibility to try to fix everything. You know, you can't. It's a hard lesson, but it's true. You know, probably another really big thing is no matter what somebody does, you choose forgiveness. That's all that matters. Your ability to choose that forgiveness is the difference between your life's being poisoned or setting yourself and someone else free. You know? So it doesn't mean you're not going to be angry. It doesn't mean you're not going to be frustrated. It doesn't mean that you might have to go through that process 1,000 times because your genuine heart is, hey, I want to let this go. This is really tough. This is hard, but I'm going to try to let this go because it's for God to deal with. It's his vengeance, his justice at the end of the day. So it's definitely heavy. It's heavy. Again, I bring this stuff up because I want there to be lessons. I pray that there's lessons, and I pray and really hope that this is helping somebody. And I saw in the comments last week, and I want to thank you guys for your vulnerability, that your comments are letting me know that I'm doing exactly what I really want to happen is be able to help people process their hardships. You know, that's the whole point is like, if there's anything I can do with this, all I have is just the lessons I've learned. That's it. Everything else is gone. So I'm grateful for one thing. I'm grateful more than anything that God has gotten me through it all. He gets all the credit. He's given me the strength to do it. And he'll do the same for you. I'm no one special. I'm not better than anybody. But I asked for help and he helped me. And that's what makes the difference. That's what makes the difference, honestly. I want to thank you guys for being a part of this. I know that this was definitely a little bit more intimate and a little bit more personal, but I just really felt like it was really important at some point to address that phone call, tell you my thoughts, tell you what I was thinking in the moment and where I'm at now. So I want to thank you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for your love and support, and I will catch you soon.